Hey, what's up, y'all? And yeah, we are doing some more preview and prediction videos. So yeah, so today in this video, we're gonna do Oklahoma, um, LSU, and Texas A&M. So anyway, so of course we are going to start with the Oklahoma Sooners. And last year, Oklahoma went 10-2 in the regular season. Lost to Kansas and Oklahoma State, but you did beat Texas. So and 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 then you lost to Arizona in your bowl game. So to finish at 10-3. So, but anyways, now this year, yes, will be year 3 for Brent Venables. Of course, the former Clemson defensive coordinator. But anyway, I guess, and then you are having to replace your quarterback, Dylan Gabriel, transferred to Oregon. Of course, after last year, he transferred to Oklahoma from UCF. So yeah, so the portal giveth, the portal taketh away. So anyway, yeah. Dylan Gabriel had a great year. 3,600 passing yards, about 70% completions, 30 touchdowns to 6 interceptions. But anyways, that's obviously a big loss. But, not to worry, because you do have Jackson Arnold. Yes, he was a 5-star quarterback in the class of 2023. So, but of course, he had limited playing time last year, but he did start in the bowl game, because that was after Dylan Gabriel had entered the portal. So, and I mean, he didn't really play too well. I mean, he did throw for 300 and something yards, but he also threw 3 interceptions. So, but I mean, that was his first real, taste of experience. So, I mean, yeah, we really can't judge a quarterback off of one game. So, I'm I I mean, yeah, I think he's gonna be all right. Will he be as good as Dylan Gabriel? I don't know, but yeah, we'll see what happens. But anyway, and now yes, so your offense was obviously very explosive last year. You did score over 40 points a game. So, but anyway, yeah, your defense was more the problem. But we'll get into that in a little bit. But anyway, so now you're but I mean, I've heard that that offensive line is a big concern. What, you had all of your offensive line is in the NFL, or you lost like 4 of your starting 5, or something like that. But you did get 5 new offensive linemen out of the transfer portal. So this is a built offensive line. So that's going to be a little bit of a question mark. So, but I mean, as is for your running backs, you do get bring back Gavin Shawchuck, or Shawchuck was your leading rusher last year. But your RB2 name Tawi Walker did transfer to Wisconsin. So, but anyway, but from the transfer portal, you did get Sam Franklin from UT Martin, and yeah, I know it's UT Martin. They're in FCS school, but he did have 1,300, yeah, almost 1,400 yards, and about 6 yards per carry. So. Anyway, so now looking at your receivers, so your top receiver, Drake Stoops, got drafted by the Rams, I think. So, but anyway, but you do bring back Nick Anderson and Jaleel Farouk and Andrell Anderson, and then you did get Deion Burks out of the transfer portal, out of Purdue. So yeah, so you're still gonna have a lot of weapons at the skill positions. So, but anyway, so now let's take a look at your defense. Now, your defense was kind of bad. Last year, I mean, it wasn't Colorado or Southern Cal bad. I mean, it was just kind of, mid. But anyway, I mean, your defense did improve a lot from 2022 to 2023. So, but yes, last year it would have been on the low end in the SEC. So, anyway, but you do bring back most of your linebackers and defensive backs from last year, and you got a couple of DBs in the portal. So I think you lose like one starting safety, and I think that's pretty much it. So yeah, you do bring back your linebacker, yes, top tackler, Danny Stutzman, over 100 tackles last year. And you bring back a defensive back, Billy Bowman, and he had 6 interceptions last year. 3 of them he returned for a touchdown. And then looking at your defensive line is is more of a concern. I have some, concerns about defensive line depth, particularly on the interior, your defensive tacklers. You don't really have a whole lot of 300-pound, plus guys. So which you need, which need to have, big defensive tackles in the SEC. So, but you do bring back DeJohn Terry, and you got Dominic Williams from TCU. Looking at your defensive ends, you do bring back Ethan Collins. Have led the team in sacks with 4.5 sacks. And then you also have, well, he was a 5-star recruit as a freshman last year. Adepuju Aduwawore. Yeah, so he could have a breakout year this year. But anyways, how about we let's go ahead and take a look at your schedule now. So you start out week 1, a warm-up game against Temple, and playing this on the Friday night in week 1, and I mean, you should just absolutely steamroll Temple, and then after that you've got Houston. Houston was pretty bad last year. They did not adjust well to being a Power 5 team in the Big 12. Yeah, so that's a win. You've got Tulane, another Group of 5 team. I mean, just like with Temple, that should be a really easy win. So, and then you start getting into your SEC games. Yes, you make your SEC debut when you host Tennessee and Josh Heupel. Of course, Josh Heupel did play quarterback at Oklahoma when y'all won the national championship in 2000. But anyway, so now he's coming home. But yeah, I already did my prediction for Tennessee. So yes, I do have you beating Tennessee in your SEC debut. And then after that, you do play at Auburn, first SEC road game. And yeah, I already did my prediction for Auburn. I think that they're gonna be a little bit better this year. But yeah, still got you winning this game. Then after that, you get your first bye week. Then after that, you play Texas at the Red River Rivalry or Red River Shootout, and you did get the win last year. Yes, Texas will be coming for revenge. And yeah, I already did my preview for Texas, so you already know that I have this as a loss. And then you play South Carolina at home. Think that should be a win. If you saw my South Carolina prediction, uh, then you know that I'm not very high on South Carolina, and I do have this as a win. Think that they're going to be anyway, yeah, of course they're losing Spencer Rattler to the NFL, so yeah, having to play Lenore Sellers. But anyway, so now and then next you are at Ole Miss. And then I've already done my Ole Miss prediction. Yep, I think that they're going to be a pretty good team. So, as of course with their quarterback Jackson Dart returning, they got a lot of new pieces out of the transfer portal. So, yeah, you're losing at Ole Miss, and then you play Maine. You should just absolutely obliterate them. And then next was next. Oh yeah, Mizzou. Yes, you're at Missouri. Yes, and yeah, I already did my Mizzou preview. I mean, they did lose a lot on defense. They lost Cody Schrader, although Mizzou does return Brady Cook at quarterback and Luther Burden at wide receiver. But yeah, I think I'm still gonna be giving you the win against Mizzou. And then after that, it takes you your second bye week, and then you finish up with Alabama, and then you're at LSU. And I think both of these are gonna be losses. Still think Alabama is still gonna be a really good team, even with Nick Saban retiring and DeBoer taking over. And then at LSU, you got to go into Death Valley, and that's a hard place to play. So, but anyway, yeah, we'll talk about LSU in a little bit. But anyway, so that's it. So that puts your record at 8-4 and 4-4 in the SEC. Okay, so now let's get on to the LSU Tigers. And last year, this was your second year under Brian Kelly, and y'all went 9-3 in the regular season. Lost to Florida State, Ole Miss, and Alabama, and Alabama. So anyway, and then you Jaden Daniels won the Heisman, and then you beat Wisconsin in your bowl game with Garrett Nussmeier starting at quarterback in that game. But anyways, now let's talk about this year. Jaden Daniels won the Heisman, and he's gone now. He threw for like 3,800 yards and 40 touchdowns to only 4 interceptions. He had 1,100 and something rushing yards, 10 touchdowns. So that's almost 5,000 total yards and 50 touchdowns. Anyway, but yes, you do bring back Garrett Nussmeier. Yeah, he's been waiting for behind Jaden Daniels the last 2 years. So now it's his turn. And I was like, no, he's not Jaden Daniels or Joe Burrow. But I mean, he could be Zach Mettenberger. So, and I mean, he was the best quarterback before Joe Burrow. So, but anyway, so I mean, he did come in the second half of the 2022 SEC championship against Georgia, and yes, he lit us up, threw for almost 300 yards, and then this year or this last January, of course, with Jaden Daniels opting out of the bowl game, he did make the start against Wisconsin and played really good. So, but anyway, so yeah, and then you did also bring in AJ Swan from Vandy, but I mean he was terrible at Vandy, so I mean he'll be the backup. Anyway, so now looking at your running backs room, like I already said, Jaden Daniels was your leading rusher. Let's see, you lose Logan Diggs, transferred to Ole Miss. Let's see, Noah Cain is now in the NFL, but you do bring back Josh Williams and John Emery and Caleb Jackson. So, I mean, so again, Jaden Daniels has been your leading rusher the last 2 years. But, I mean, this year you're going to need a lot more production from your running backs. Anyway, so now looking at your receivers, tight ends, of course, Malik Neighbors and Brian Thomas Jr. are both gone to the NFL, both, well over 1,000 receiving yards. I mean, and like 30 touchdowns between the two of them. But anyway, but you do bring back Kyron Lacey and Chris Hilton, and then from the transfer portal, you also went out and got Xavier Thomas from Mississippi State. Let's see, and you got C.J. Daniels from Liberty. It's a 1,000-yard receiver last year. Anyway, so yeah, I still think that your offense is gonna be really good, though you're not replicating what you did last year. You were scoring 45 points a game. I mean, maybe this year you only score 40 a game, or 39, 38 a game, but that but that's still really good. So but anyway, so now taking a look at your defense now. Yes, and your defense was bad last year. I mean, it was the second worst in the SEC, behind only Vandy. So yes, that has to get better. And I mean, you do return a lot of your players from last year's defense. So hopefully they'll do better, or maybe it's a coaching issue. But anyway, you do bring back your leading tackler, safety, Major Burns. So you get back linebackers, Greg Penn and Harold Perkins. And let's see, yes, you do lose one of your safeties, Sam Andre, but you do get Jordan Gilbert from Texas A&M to replace him. Let's see, and then on your let's see, you bring back cornerback Zy Alexander. Let's see, taking a look at your defensive line. It's Jordan Jefferson and Mekhi Smith. You did lose to the NFL, but you do bring back Jacoby and Guillory, and from the transfer portal, you got Gio Paz from Wisconsin. But anyway, so now let's take a look at your schedule. So you do start out week 1. You do play Southern Cal in Las Vegas. That's going to be on the Monday, Labor Day game. And yeah, I think this is going to be a great game. I think we should see a lot of offensive fireworks and not a whole lot of defense. But anyway, I think that this game, could go either way. I mean, I've gone back and forth with this one, but I did give you the win. I think that you make that you're able to make a few key stops and get the win. So, but anyway, I mean, yes, I could buy that LSU's defense will be improved this year. I mean, if is Southern Cal's defense going to be better? Right, I'll have to see it to believe it. So, I mean, knowing what we know about Lincoln Riley, so I think his lack of defense bites him again. So anyway, so then you've got Nichols, an FCS team. I mean, you should just completely demolish them. After that, you do play at South Carolina. Now this is going to be a little bit controversial, but yes, I do have you going on the road and getting upset by South Carolina. So, I mean, upsets, happen. So, I mean, sometimes a team is, you know, usually gonna win, one game you don't expect, and also lose a game you don't expect. So anyway, after that, you do play at UCLA. They're rebuilding. Was Chip Kelly took off in the middle of the night to be the Ohio State offensive coordinator. They had a lot of players transfer away. They're making their transition into the Big Ten. So yeah, it got you winning this one. And then you play South Alabama. And I mean, you should just absolutely obliterate them. And then after that, that takes you into your first bye week. And then you play Ole Miss. Now, I already did my prediction for Ole Miss. I mean, you do get them at home in Death Valley, so yeah, I did give you the win there. Of course, that is Ole Miss's only loss. So, and then after that, you do play at Arkansas, and I mean, they're gonna be absolutely horrible this year. I mean, what were they, 4-8 last year? But that was with KJ Jefferson and Rocket Sanders. Now they're all gone. So yeah, I think this is probably the last year for Sam Pittman at Arkansas. So and then after that, you've got you're at A&M, and yes, I do have you losing to A&M. I mean, is on the road. Let's see. A&M does have their new coach from Duke. So, but in anyway, yeah, I'm drawing a blank on his name right now. But anyway, yeah, I do think they're going to be an improved team this year. Yeah, I do have you. Oh yeah, Mike Elko. That's it. So yeah, I do have you losing A&M and Mike Elko. And then after that, it takes you your second bye week. Come out of that, and you host Alabama. I already did my Bama preview. So yes, even though you do get them at home, still think that's a loss. Yeah, I already did my Alabama preview. And let's see, and now at Florida, I've previewed Florida already, so I think they're going to be terrible. So got that as a win. I mean, Billy Napier, might even be fired already when this game is played. So anyway, and then next you've got Vandy, and I mean Vandy is just dog water. I mean they probably won't even win an SEC game this year. That's a win, and then you finish things up with Oklahoma. And let's see, and I just did Oklahoma, so yeah, I have this is a win. So anyway, so that does bring your record out to 9-3 and 5-3 in the SEC. And now let's move on to the Texas A&M Aggies. And yes, this will be year one for Mike Elko. Yes, who was the head coach of Duke for the last few seasons. Of course, he also used to be a defensive coordinator at A&M, so it's like he's coming home. So, but anyway, yeah, so he was able to to do really good at Duke when it like not last year but 2022 he won like 9 games with with Duke. So but anyway, last year what were they last year? 7-5, right? I think um 8-5 with a bowl win for Duke. So and I and and I mean that is really good for Duke. So but anyway, so now as for A&M last year, yes, last year you went like 7-5. So guess 7-6 with a bowl loss. You lost to Oklahoma State in your bowl game, and of course Jimbo Fisher was fired. Y'all ended up paying him a huge buyout, right? And y'all pay him like $75 million. What was his buyout? But y- y'all paid it, so. But anyway, so taking a look at this year, let's start with quarterbacks. Let's see, Max Johnson, yep, Mark Rick's nephew. Yep, he transferred to North Carolina. So it looks like it is going to be Connor Wegman getting the start. Now he has never played a full season, so I really don't know too much about him. 2022, he ended up starting the second half of the season. Yeah, like the last 5 games, and then last year he started the first 4 games, and I mean he did look really good through the first 3 games. He threw for almost 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns to only 2 interceptions. But then he was injured in week 4 uh, against Auburn and was out for the season. So, but anyway, so now I guess he's going to be the starter again. I guess maybe there is a little bit of a quarterback competition. Yeah, with Jaden Henderson. Also got have Marcel Reed on the roster. It was first you had, like I said, Wegman goes down with an injury, and then you had Johnson going down with an injury. So then Henderson ends up starting the last 3 games of the regular season, and then in the bowl game against Oklahoma State, Henderson was knocked out of the game after the first play, and then it was Marcel Reed who ended up playing most of that bowl game. But anyway, yeah. So Wegman's is going to start, and then Henderson and Reed are gonna battle it out for QB2. But yeah, I mean it's really just been a a quarterback carousel the last 2 years, starting 4 quarterbacks last year, 3 quarterbacks in 2022 because of injuries or just general mediocrity. So I mean, it would it would be nice if you could have some stability at the quarterback position. But anyway, looking at your running back situation, yes, you do bring back a three-headed monster at running back. You've got Amari Daniels, Le'Veon Moss, and Reuben Owens all splitting up the carries, about 300 carries between the three of them, and about 1,500 yards between the three of them. So, and anyway, so your running back room does look good. And then let's see. Next, looking at wide receivers and tight ends. Yes, you lost your top receiver, Anaya Smith, to the NFL, and then Evan Stewart also transferred to Oregon. But you do bring back Ja'Day Walker. You've got Noah Thomas and Moose Muhammad. And then out of the transfer portal, you did get Jabre Barber from Troy, and he had almost 1,000 yards at Troy. You also got Cyrus Allen from Louisiana Tech. He had like 700 something yards. So that's your tight ends. I guess Max Wright is gone, and so is Jake Johnson, Max Johnson's brother. So yeah, so I guess it's like the younger brother. So I guess it's like, sort of like the Mandalorian and Grogu, right? Wherever I go, he goes. And but anyway, so you, from the transfer portal, you did get Trey Watson from Fresno State, and then you also got another guy from Purdue. So, but anyway, so now taking a look at so now let's take a look at your defense, and yes, you do lose like 6 starters off of your defense. Did lose like your linebacker and your leading tackler, Edgerton Cooper. So you lost a cornerback, Josh DeBerry, a defensive tackle, Walter Nolan, to the transfer portal to Ole Miss. So you also had a McKinley Jackson, your defensive tackle. Also left to the NFL. But anyway, you do bring back some talent. You bring back like Taron York, your linebacker, number 2. Let's see, yeah, you bring back defensive tackle, Shamar Morris, and yeah, let's see. And then from the transfer portal, did get to some cornerbacks. You got Will Lee the third from Kansas State. You got Des Ricks from Alabama. You got linebacker Scooby Williams from Florida. You got a defensive lineman, uh, Nick Scowerton from Purdue, and he had 10 sacks last year. So, but anyway, so now how about we just go ahead and take a look at the schedule. So anyway, so you start out week 1 against Notre Dame. I already did my Notre Dame preview. I'm just think yeah I mean this will be the first game for Mike Elko at A&M, but I mean Notre Dame does have a returning coach in Marcus Freeman. They did get Riley Leonard at quarterback, and I mean he's more veteran. I mean he's more proven than what we've seen out of Kellen Mond. So I gave you the loss to Notre Dame, and then after that you've got McNeese FCS team. You should just destroy them. Then after that you play at Florida. And yes, if you've seen my Florida preview, then you already know that I do have you losing to Florida. So, and because it is early in the season, I mean Florida, won't be so beat up yet. This is the easy part of their schedule. So anyway, so I had you losing to Florida. Let's see, next. You play Bowling Green, and same thing as McNeese. You should just steamroll them. After that, you've got you're playing Arkansas. Yes, neutral site game in Arlington, Texas. And yeah, I don't get why is this a neutral site game? I don't know. Anyway, but it doesn't matter where this game is played. I mean, this game could be played on Mars. I mean, Arkansas is just going to be so terrible this year. Anyway, after that, you do play Missouri at home. And yeah, I've already done my Mizzou preview, so I got to stay consistent. So you already know that I have you beating Mizzou. Yep, that'll be the first home SEC win for Elko. Let's see. After that, it takes you into your first bye week. After that, you play at Mississippi State. Now, of course, I've already done Mississippi State. I just don't think they're really gonna be any good. So get their rebuilding. After that, you've got LSU, and I mean, you just saw me do LSU. So yes, I do have you beating LSU at home. After that, you're at South Carolina. Of course, I've already done South Carolina. So I have that as a win for you. In the second bye week, after that, you've got New Mexico State. I'm you're going to demolish them, or at least you should, because remember, they beat Auburn last year. So, but I'm still giving you the benefit of the doubt. After that, you do play at Auburn, and here I have you going on the road and losing to Auburn. If you've seen my Auburn preview, and then I've already done Texas, so yeah. So I think that maybe at Auburn, this is a trap game. I think that you get caught looking ahead to Texas, and then you lose to Texas anyway. So, but anyway, so I got you at 8-4. So, and 5-3 in the SEC. So, but anyway, that is going to be it. So let me know what you think in the comments below. Give me your record predictions for these three teams. But anyway, and thanks for watching, and I'll see y'all again next time.